everybody, and welcome to the Thrill Seekers Theme Park Chat. My name is Chris, and I'm your host, as well as the creator of the Thrill Seekers. So, this is a brand new segment that we are debuting for the Thrill Seekers that is basically talk and speculation about different things. So, this is kind of just if we're not at a park, if we just want to talk about things that have been announced that are coming to the parks. I will use this new segment. So if you enjoy these and want to continue to see them happen, feel free to leave comments below. Because I'm trying to find ways to expand the Thrill Seekers channel, and I think this is one way we can do it that would be good, and I think will be helpful to not just our viewers on the Thrill Seekers YouTube channel, but also those who watch and read articles from the Park Hoppers site as well. So, anyway, new segment. It's called the Thrill Seekers Theme Park Chat. And we're going to kick off the inaugural segment of Theme Park Chat with 10 predictions for D23 2017. Now, for those of you who do not know what D23 is, it is Disney's convention. They don't hold it every year. It's usually every 2 to 3 years. But it's a big convention for Disney where they show off everything from what's going on at the theme parks to the film division to video games to all kinds of stuff. It's basically Disney's convention to show off their own stuff. I mean, Disney's a big enough company at this point where they can kind of show off whatever they want. So, this is kind of their own way to do it without crashing somebody else's convention. They can just hold their own. So, before we get started, I want to preface that these predictions, I do not expect all of them to actually come true. I'm hoping at least a few of them will, but I do not expect at all that all of these are going to happen at once. They might happen in future conventions, but this is kind of the ideal dream situation of all of these get announced. So one thing that's a big deal about D23 is every now and again they hold a Disney Parks conference. And when they do, that typically means, now not all the time, because they've held a few that were kind of duds, typically means stuff is getting announced. And with a ton of rumors going around, especially about Walt Disney World, we're hoping that a bunch of really cool and really exciting stuff is going to get announced at D23 this year. So here are my 10 plus one bonus one predictions for things I could see being announced. Maybe not all of them, but some of them at D23 2017. Number one, and this one's kind of an easy one, the opening date for Toy Story Land. That's basically confirmed that that's going to be announced. Toy Story Land, of course, is the first of 2 brand new expansions coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, everyone's kind of expecting they're going to announce this at D23. I think it's pretty much a given. This was kind of an easy, gimme prediction. But I am going to take it a step further and specifically say when I think Toy Story Land is going to open. Since Star Wars Land is expected to open in sometime in 2019, I'm not sure it's going to stick to that in Florida. California will, but we'll see how it goes in Florida. I do think based on construction progress and what is involved with Toy Story Land, that the first expansion will open in late May 2018. And the reason why I think that is, first of all, having it open before Memorial Day, as we saw with the success of Pandora, the World of Avatar's opening, is a good idea. It's a great way to bring in a lot of crowds. It's a great way to get people really excited for the summer season. And, I mean, Studios needs all the help they can get. So having this open by the summer of 2018 would be a big deal. I also just don't think it's going to take that long. I mean, they're already doing very visible progress on the coaster. The only other new attraction is a flat ride. It's like a little spinner. And then, of course, they got to do theming, infrastructure, building other like restaurants and shops and stuff, as well as a new entrance for Toy Story Midway Mania. But I don't think any of that's going to take a significant period of time. So, my prediction is they're going to announce the opening date for Toy Story Land. It is going to be mid to late May of 2018. So, there you go. Number 2, Marvel Superhero Land, announced for Disney California Adventure. Now, with the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout earlier this year, it has been widely speculated that Disney is planning on building an entire Marvel-themed land at Disney California Adventure, directly behind Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I think they're going to take it one step further, because we expect a lot of big announcements are going to come this year for Walt Disney World. They're going to want to give Disneyland something too, besides Star Wars Land, which we already know about. So, I could see them announcing Marvel Superhero Land, whatever they call it. Probably won't be that. Coming to California Adventure, probably closer to like 2021, give or take. Maybe sooner than that. But that's their next big expansion after Star Wars Land opens in 2019. As to what will be included, that's kind of anybody's guess. If I were to predict anything, I would say take 2 attractions that already exist or are already in the planning stages and bring them over to California. The first of which is the the Iron Man experience. That attraction already is open in Hong Kong Disneyland. It uses the Star Tours ride system, but obviously a newer version of it. It seems to be a pretty popular attraction, and because this would go in California Adventure, you wouldn't have to worry too much about it cannibalizing Star Tours. So I think cloning that one and bringing it to a Marvel Land in California Adventure would work pretty well. The other one is the in-development Ant-Man Shooter Dark Ride. I believe that is also for Hong Kong Disneyland. That's another easy one. It uses the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin or Astro Blaster's ride system. Again, not a difficult clone to make. So I could see them deciding, you know what, we're going to clone this one and bring it to California as well. So there you go. Who knows if those are going to be what they'll announce with it. Probably not, but hey, those are my thoughts on stuff they can easily bring to a Marvel-themed land in California Adventure. Number 3, 50 magical changes for the 50th anniversary marketing campaign will be announced for Walt Disney World. Now, I don't know they're going to jump the gun on this early. Of course, I'm referring to Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, which isn't until 2021. So we've still got, a little less than 4 years before they even have to consider that. But there's been a lot of rumors and speculation that they're planning a marketing campaign where they include 50 new things that will be changing about Walt Disney World before the 50th anniversary. Now, why I feel it makes sense they could announce this at D23 is this is obviously going to take some time, especially if they want to open some new attractions before then. Now, obviously, we already have Pandora, we already have Star Wars Land, we already have Toy Story Land. Those are already coming, so those will, of course, be included in those 50 major changes. And I'm sure we're going to see some minor stuff like, slight upgrades to classic attractions at all 4 parks. But I really do feel, and all the rumors seem to indicate that this is the case, they're going to want to build significant new stuff in all the parks before the 50th anniversary. And that's part of why I feel announcing this campaign now might make sense. That way they can say, hey, this is why we're doing all of this construction right now, is because we want everything to be amazing in time for the 50th anniversary in 2021. So Again, I don't know if they'll actually announce this as the marketing campaign this early. It seems a little early. But if they want everybody to be on board and to understand, okay, we're going to announce a bunch of really cool stuff and it's all for this, to tie it all together, it kind of makes sense. So there you go. That's the 50th anniversary marketing campaign. 50 new things, new magical things to experience for the 50th. Number 4. Now, a lot of these next ones, actually pretty much all of them except for my bonus one, kind of tie into that. So that's why I'm expecting, I mean, they might announce this and they might try to tie it all together with it. So we'll see what happens. That's why I wanted to talk about that one, is because I think all the rest of this stuff could tie into that potentially. Number 4, the gondola transport system will be officially announced for Walt Disney World. Now, this has been highly rumored and basically already confirmed because there are permits filed for it. So Disney just hasn't officially said this is a thing yet. Little odd, but D23 might be the place. I mean, it's not the most exciting announcement to say, hey, we have a new transportation system. But then again, it's also the first time Disney will have announced a new transportation system since the monorail. So maybe it is the right time. Anyway, there is a much rumored gondola transport system, kind of like the Skyway, but at a much bigger scale, that would transport passengers from Art of Animation and Pop Century to Caribbean Beach to Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. If they want to make a big deal about this, especially if they want to tie it into the 50 changes before the 50th, D23 would be a good place to talk about it. Because, I mean, if anyone's going to get excited over a new transportation system at Walt Disney World, it would be the people at D23. So that's why I think that could be announced at D23. We'll see what happens. Number 5. Now, this one ties into the next 2. So I have a few kind of branching ideas here. So we'll see how it goes. And I actually have another one that's kind of a branching theme too. So we'll get into all of that. New Tomorrowland announced for the Magic Kingdom. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little bit far-fetched. Maybe. Just a thought process I have, because there are 2 major new attractions that are rumored to be coming to Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. And what better way to bring in 2 new attractions than to give the entire land a facelift? So my thought process is they can market this as New Tomorrowland, similar to how they marketed New Fantasyland. Of course, the major difference is New Fantasyland was an entirely new section, whereas New Tomorrowland would be the same Tomorrowland, just with a facelift and a couple new additions. Now, I expect that with New Tomorrowland, assuming they actually announce that, which who knows, included with that could be enhancements to existing attractions. Like I could see Carousel of Progress getting its new final scene, maybe the People Mover getting a new narration. I could see some maybe special effects enhancements to Space Mountain. Maybe Buzz will finally go down for a major refurb and get some modern technology in it. Who knows what would be included. I could see them doing some, thematic tweaks here and there to Tomorrowland to make it look a little bit better. But the idea is you can use this as a way to kind of bring Tomorrowland back to where it should be and tie everything together in a much more cohesive way than it is now. So that's my thought, is they'll say, hey, we don't want to leave Magic Kingdom out. I mean, it's the original park. And it's the park that is turning 50 years old in 2021. So let's give Magic Kingdom some new stuff before the 50th. So one way to do it is say, hey, we're going to make a new Tomorrowland. And with it comes new experiences. Number 6. This one's kind of bold, and I hope it's true, because it'd be pretty exciting if it is. Wreck-It Ralph Sugar Rush VR would be announced for Magic Kingdom with a March 2018 opening date. That seems really quick. I know that. But I think it can be done. And the reason why I think that could be done and might be done, honestly, it won't be that difficult to pull off. At least I don't think so. So, of course, the rumor for a long period of time has been Stitch's Great Escape is going to close. We don't know when. It's already been given the de facto kiss of death by becoming a seasonal attraction. Right now, it is open until August 2017. That's all we know in terms of how long Stitch is going to be open. So my prediction is, along with New Tomorrowland, the first new experience will be a Wreck-It Ralph VR attraction to replace Stitch's Great Escape. Stitch's Great Escape will close permanently in August of 2017, be retrofitted, redone, and ready to go as the new attraction by March 2018 in time for spring break. I think it can be done. It depends on what the VR attraction would involve, whether it's a kind of simulator-ish type attraction or just stationary seating with a VR helmet. I don't really know what the attraction could be. I'm hoping there's some kind of movement involved to make it more of a ride, and less just sitting in a room with a VR helmet on, pretending you're racing a car. But we'll see. I mean, that's the rumor, is that it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph, probably Sugar Rush. I think an opening date of sooner than later would be great, because that way, that could be kind of the first step. You could say, hey, well, we got this new Tomorrowland thing coming, and the first thing that's coming is coming a lot sooner than you think it would be. It would also be great, because that means the attraction will be open well in advance of Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I believe is supposed to open in 2019. So having the attraction ready by 2018, perfect. I also expect, because if this is a VR attraction, which we think it will be, it will use a version of the virtual line system from like Escape from New York, Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon at Universal, where you will book a return time. There won't be any fast pass. There also won't be any typical standby. You just book a return time, and then when your return time comes up, you go in and you experience the attraction. So again, that's purely speculation. Disney's been testing virtual queues for a while, and considering a VR attraction will probably have fairly low capacity, I think this is probably the best way to handle it, is to do a virtual line. So, recap of all of that: Wreck-It Ralph Sugar Rush VR announced for New Tomorrowland. It will replace Stitch's Great Escape. Will open in March 2018 and feature a virtual queue system. There you go. And Stitch will close in August of 2017. Number 7. This is the one that's going to be kind of the highlight of New Tomorrowland. Tron Light Cycle Power Run, announced for both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. The Magic Kingdom version will replace Tomorrowland Speedway, as rumored. The Disneyland version will replace the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Both will be scheduled to open by 2020. And of course, Light Cycle Power Run will be the marquee new attraction for New Tomorrowland. It's been rumored for a while that Tron Light Cycle Power Run will be coming to the States. I hope it's both coasts. I think it's pretty much a lock. It's going to happen at Disneyland. I really hope it comes here too, and I think having it be kind of the marquee new addition for a new Tomorrowland theme would be perfect. That way you can say, hey, we're updating Tomorrowland, we're making it look much better, we're cleaning up everything to make it look spiffy for the 50th anniversary. Wreck-It Ralph opens quickly. You can go experience that right away. This one's going to take some more time, a lot more time, but by the time it opens, it will be totally worth it. So that is my thought process. I also, as kind of a mini prediction, predict, if this is the case, that the Tomorrowland Speedway will close probably early 2018 to prepare for Tron. So there you go. Not really sure the timetable wise, but I think that's a good option. So, Tron Light Cycle Power Run from Shanghai Disneyland announced for both Disneyland and Disney World. The Florida one will replace Tomorrowland Speedway. The Disneyland one will replace the Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Both attractions will hopefully open by 2020. All right, next branching storyline we got here. Epcot major expansion plans. Now, this year is Epcot's 35th anniversary. Normally that's not a super exciting anniversary, but it's one... Sorry, 40... No, it's 35 years. But they are making a pretty big deal about it at D23. So the fact that there's a lot of Epcot merchandise makes you think, well, wonder if there's going to be some announcements about Epcot. Epcot is also very strongly rumored to be the next major park to get some big new stuff. The chairman of Parks and Resorts, Bob Chapek, has already been quoted saying that Epcot is getting some major expansions. And there's a lot of rumors circulating, as well as several permits already filed about Epcot. So, I think D23 will be a good place to announce it. So the first, of course, is revealing some first details on the Epcot expansion project. And one of those is a redesigned hub. So the center of Epcot will get a facelift. There will be some changes to how the center of the park is set up. I don't know what those changes will be, but I could see them trying to give the center of Epcot a major facelift to clean it up, make it look nice and sharp, and be kind of the centerpiece for the new look of Epcot. Number 9, Ratatouille, officially announced for Epcot in the French Pavilion in the World Showcase. This has been another highly rumored one. The Ratatouille trackless dark ride from Disney Studios Paris has been a big success. So why not bring it over to Epcot, especially to World Showcase, which is an area that has sorely needed rides for a long period of time. They only have 2, and I've only had 2 since the park opened in the 80s. Especially with Frozen Ever After being a huge hit, it makes a lot of sense for a new attraction to come to World Showcase, and what better way to do it than bring Ratatouille to the French Pavilion? I think that would be a great addition. It would be a huge draw, and it would bring people to the other side of the French Pavilion besides just food and wine. So I think that one's kind of a no-brainer, and I could highly see that being announced for D23. Number 10, and this one I think is probably the most exciting out of all of them. It's also the one that I think is probably going to be announced. If I had to put money on anything, I think this is going to be confirmed. A Guardians of the Galaxy attraction will be confirmed for Epcot, replacing Universe of Energy. And it will be a coaster dark ride fusion. I'm predicting something kind of similar to Revenge of the Mummy at Universal. Obviously not the same kind of ride, but I could see it being something similar, especially with the permits that have already been filed, which basically show that the Universe of Energy Pavilion building is going to stay, but a new large show building will be built behind it. So what I could easily see happening is they turn what used to be the Universe of Energy building into a queue, post-show, and the loading station for this coaster, as well as maybe parts of the ride, who knows. Then you get launched into a brand new show building that features a lot more coaster segments and stuff. So who knows what it will actually look like, but this is a huge new attraction. Obviously, Mission Breakout has been a massive success at California Adventure, and since the Guardians of the Galaxy are one of the rare Marvel characters that can be used in Florida, I think D23 would be a perfect time to announce it as the first big new attraction planned for Epcot. I don't think it will be the first to open, since Ratatouille is kind of established and they recently built that. So I think if they announce both of those attractions at once, Ratatouille will open first because it's probably going to be an easier process to build. But Guardians is going to be the marquee attraction that everyone's going to be super, super excited about. I also predict Universe of Energy will be scheduled to close in September 2017 to get ready for this new attraction. I'm not going to put my money on any kind of opening date for Guardians just because, who knows? It entirely depends on when they close Universe of Energy. But I think this is going to happen, and I think it's going to be a monster success at Epcot. As a bonus, so those are my 10 predictions. I'll do a quick recap beforehand. So, Toy Story Land opens in May of 2018 at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Marvel Superhero Land announced and detailed for Disney California Adventure. The 50 magical changes for the 50th anniversary campaign announced for Walt Disney World for their 50th anniversary in 2021. The gondola transport system confirmed officially for Walt Disney World. New Tomorrowland announced for Magic Kingdom. As part of New Tomorrowland, Wreck-It Ralph Sugar Rush VR will be announced and will open in March 2018. Tron Light Cycle Power Run will also be announced for both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland, probably scheduled to open around 2020. The major Epcot expansion plans will be officially revealed, including a new hub design. The Ratatouille attraction from Disneyland Paris will be confirmed for Epcot in the French Pavilion. And Guardians of the Galaxy Dark Ride / roller coaster will be announced and confirmed for Epcot, replacing Universe of Energy. As a bonus, okay? I think Universal, being the crafty marketing geniuses that they are not going to let Disney revel in all the new announcements that they're probably going to announce at D23 this year. I think they're going to crash the party. To do that, I think Universal is going to officially confirm what has already been leaked on the internet, which is more specific details about what is planned for Super Nintendo World. Specifically, I think they're going to reveal where it's going to go at Universal Studios Florida and announce, like, basically what is going to close to open that up. So I think they're going to show off some details, show off what is included in Super Nintendo Land. And I think they'll announce that all of Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone, as well as the Animal Actor stage, basically everything in Kids Zone except for E.T. will close in November of 2017. So after Halloween Horror Nights, that entire section will close. And construction will begin this year for Super Nintendo Land with a planned opening date of around 2020. So there you go. Those are 10 and a bonus predictions that I have for what could happen at D23 2017. I hope you enjoyed them. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are the Thrill Seekers. Of course, check out our website partners, the Park Hoppers, their website. And of course, you can like us on Facebook. I will continue to post new thrill cams and show cams. Still working on the great HD and now 4K thrill and show cam project. So I still have a few more attractions to go, but I've done quite a few of Walt Disney World's attractions in either HD or 4K or both. So I hope to continue working on that throughout the course of time. But anyway, thank you for watching this first episode of the Thrill Seekers Theme Park Chat. And I will see you next time. Keep thrilling.